They won't tell you this at the breeder. They won't put it on the Doberman forums. But every Doberman owner has at least one regret, even if they'll never say it out loud. And today, we're going to talk about them. The surprising, frustrating, and sometimes heartbreaking truths about living with this powerful breed. Some of these regrets you might already know, but number 4? That one catches most first-time owners completely off guard. You think you know Dobermans, but by the end of this video, you might see them in a completely different light. The first regret is time, or more accurately, the lack of it. Dobermans are a high-energy working breed, and that means they don't just want your attention, they need it. 2 walks a day might be fine for other dogs, but with a Doberman, you're looking at hours of exercise and mental stimulation every single day. Here's the twist. If you skip it, they won't just nap on the couch, they'll find their own entertainment. And that usually means shredded shoes, dug-up backyards, or a redecorated living room. Owners often regret underestimating just how much time this dog will demand from their life. You can't fit a Doberman into your schedule, you build your schedule around them. The second regret is socialization. People think, I'll take my puppy to the park and they'll be fine. But Dobermans are incredibly intelligent and incredibly protective. If you don't carefully expose them to new people, new dogs, new situations while they're young, they can grow up anxious or reactive. And here's the twist. Once that window of socialization closes, it's a lot harder to fix. Owners often regret not investing in puppy classes or structured exposure early on. The third regret is the expense. You think the cost stops after you buy the puppy, food, shots, a bed. But Dobermans eat a lot, vet bills add up, and because this breed is prone to health issues like cardiomyopathy, you're looking at regular checkups and possibly expensive treatments later on. Some owners quietly admit they regret not budgeting for those extra costs. Here's the open loop. Wait until you hear regret number 5. It's the one most owners don't even see coming until years later. The fourth regret? Underestimating how sensitive Dobermans are. These dogs look tough, sleek, muscular, intimidating. But they have a soft heart. Raise your voice too often, train with harsh methods, or ignore them when they want to be near you, and they shut down. Dobermans are what trainers call soft dogs. Here's the twist. Their biggest strength, their loyalty, can turn into their biggest challenge if you break their trust. Owners often regret not using positive reinforcement early on, because once that bond is damaged, it takes a long time to rebuild. Regret number 5 is space. Dobermans are large, athletic dogs, and while they can technically live in apartments, it's not ideal. They knock over furniture, they zoom around like rockets, and they need room to stretch those long legs. Many owners regret getting one before they had a big enough yard or access to safe running areas. And then there's the 6th regret, travel freedom. You can't just leave a Doberman with any dog sitter and head out for the weekend. These dogs bond deeply, sometimes to the point of separation anxiety. Finding someone you trust to watch them, someone they'll actually accept, can be a challenge. Here's the twist. Some owners quietly admit they haven't taken a vacation in years. Their Doberman became the center of their world, and they never planned for how that would change their lifestyle. The 7th regret is how much attention they draw. People stop you on the street, neighbors peek over fences, strangers ask to pet them. Sometimes that feels great, you're proud to show off your dog. But sometimes it's exhausting. And here's the surprise, not all of that attention is positive. Dobermans still have a reputation as dangerous dogs, and you'll see people cross the street or pull their kids away. Owners often regret not realizing how much public perception would become part of their daily life. It's a breed that makes you a public ambassador whether you want to be or not. Regret number 8 is the shedding and drool. Dobermans have short coats, so people assume they won't shed much, but they do year-round. Black hair shows up on your clothes, your furniture, even your laptop. And yes, some Dobermans drool, especially after drinking water. Here's the twist. For a breed known for looking polished, they can actually be pretty messy roommates. Owners often regret not being prepared for the daily cleanup. Regret number 9 might be the hardest one to talk about: health problems. Dobermans are prone to some serious conditions: Wobbler syndrome, von Willebrand disease, and most famously, dilated cardiomyopathy. And the twist is brutal. Sometimes these problems appear suddenly, in the prime of your dog's life. Owners regret how heartbreaking and expensive it can be, and how short the breed's average lifespan can feel. And finally, regret number 10, just how hard it is to say goodbye. Dobermans don't just live with you, they live in your heart. They shadow you from room to room, they sleep next to your bed, they know your routines better than you do. And when they're gone, the silence feels unbearable. Here's the final twist. Many owners say they swore they'd never get another one because the pain was too much. And then, they do. Because as hard as these regrets are, Dobermans give you something you can't find in any other breed, a bond so strong it changes you forever. So here's the question. If you knew about these regrets before getting a Doberman, would you still do it? For most owners, the answer is yes, every single time.